Hello everyone, this is Gail from Gail's Upstairs Studio. I hope you're all doing well. Today I thought I would show you some of the things that I got for Christmas. In last week's video I had planned to do this at the end, but as I said in that video I was feeling very under the weather, so I felt it necessary to keep it simple and just do my monthly lettering flip through. So I thought we would do this today, and I've also picked up a couple of things since Christmas that I thought I would show you too. I'll set these over to the side. First of all, I got quite a few neat little treasures in my stocking from my husband, and these are some of those. These are all Princeton brushes. There are 3 Neptunes and 2 in the Aqua Elite line. I have a Neptune 3/4 inch oval wash, a size 14 round, and I will show you in a video a few weeks ago. I showed you that I had gotten myself a number 10 round in the Neptune series, and this is a 14, and this just shows you the difference in size. And next is a number 1 Neptune. Now I don't use a lot of fine round brushes in watercolor, only because I don't have any that I like, so I'll be interested to try this one to see if that might help with some details. And I got a number 4 round in the Aqua Elite series, which I also have a number 10 round in that I really like, so I'm looking forward to using this one. Matter of fact, I'll show you the difference in size in this. This is a number 10 round, and this is the number 4. So I'm looking very much forward to using that. And this next one is one that I've never used with watercolor. I have several different sizes of fan brushes that I use for acrylic, and it's wonderful for doing grasses and adding depth to trees and things like that, but I've never tried it with watercolor, so I'm really excited to try this one. Next is something that probably doesn't look very exciting to most people, but this is a set of plastic palette knives, and I've had this same set in my studio for quite a long time, and I use them enough that I've lost a couple and I've snapped one off, and he noticed that, so he picked me up a new set. I particularly like this one on the end because when I am working on prepping a big canvas with acrylic, I use gesso and I like to water it down, but I have to get a big bunch of it out of the jar first in order to do that, and that is very helpful. I put it into a bowl and then I actually stir it with this as well. So these are a really good kind of something you should have in every studio no matter what you're doing. And next is these little goodies here. Now this was all in one package, but I threw the package out. It did come with this care brochure too. It is from the Masters, and you've probably seen it if you're an artist. They're basically a line of soaps and cleaners for studio use. This is brush cleaner, and I've seen this in big tubs before, but I've never tried it, so I'm really interested to try this, and if I like it I will get the bigger tub. It's for all brushes. And this is a bar of soap, and it can be used for hand soap, but it will remove grease, paint, stains, inks, dyes, and clays. So that is wonderful. And this last one is one that will come in very handy because it is a stain remover for clothing, and it takes the same things as the bar soap does. It removes paint, grease, makeup, blood, lipstick, coffee, red wine, and grass stains. And where I will find this very handy is if I'm working with ink and it gets on my shirt or something, and sometimes I don't even notice it right away. This will help with that. And this next one is a present from my son. And if you remember last year's Christmas present video, I revealed to you that he is an avid book reader and an avid book giver. It's his favorite gift to give. And he bought me this Mary Blair Unique Flair book. And it is a children's book essentially written about Mary Blair, who was a Disney legend and a famous artist, and it's somebody who I've liked since I was a little girl, before I even really knew what art was. And it was written by Amy Novesky and illustrated by Brittany Lee, and it's done, the illustrations are done in the Mary Blair style, but this is basically a children's book about the life of Mary Blair, and it's so nicely illustrated and done. I love it. I can just remember being so mesmerized by Cinderella, and that she did a lot of the artwork for that. And I thank him very much for it. But when I went to gather up all of this stuff to show you, it dawned on me he got me another book for my birthday that I never showed, so I'll do that now. There's another book about Mary Blair. The Art and Flair of Mary Blair, and it's by John Canemaker, and it basically follows her art journey from the beginning and the early years at Disney, and when she went freelance, and how her style changed and what made it change. And it's a very nice, a lot of her famous works are in here. And you can't help but smile when you see a lot of these things. So I thank him very much for his continuing to build my library. Thank you very much, Ethan. And now we'll get into a couple of things that I bought just a couple days ago. I had to pop into Hobby Lobby to pick up a large canvas for commission acrylic painting I'm doing, and I happened to go down the pen and pencil aisle, and I came across something I've been looking for a long time just to try, and I didn't expect to find it at Hobby Lobby, but I did. This is a glass nib pen, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do it justice on camera against white. But it is basically all glass from end to end, and the nib is glass. So there is no metal piece, there is no assembly or anything that you have to do. It's all one piece. And what happens is you dip the nib in ink, and you want to dip it up to, about there. And if you can tell, I'm not sure you can or not, there are diagonal channels that kind of come down in a spiral all the way down the nib, and the ink travels down those channels to the tip, and that's how you get the ink to be able to write with. And I've always wanted to try it, and this was very affordable. I can't remember exactly how much, but it was very affordable, and it came with a small calligraphy ink, and it's their Master's Touch brand, and a brush stand, a nib stand, and you just lay your pen that way. So I thought maybe I would show you how this works. I better bring the brush stand, the pen stand back out, or we're going to have some issues. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be using this pad of Rhodia paper. It is very, very smooth and excellent for straight nib work. and it has a very nice feel to it. And I'll just write Gail's Upstairs Studio. I think that'll do. I apologize for any shadows, but it's a very dark and dreary day out today, and I can't seem to get my lighting correct. This is a very quick one, but just to show you how smooth it was. No effort at all, it doesn't scratch. And I think I only re-dipped once or twice. And those are pretty big letters, so that does a wonderful job. Not my best lettering, but the pen did great. The last thing I have to show you is this Inktense paint pan set. I found this at Michael's. I actually went in looking just for this, and we'll open it now. I've already opened it and tried it, but I wanted to show you how it came. Now, if this box looks familiar, it's because I have another Derwent set. This is the Inktense set. And these are the colors that it has. It is basically ink that has been dried down and becomes sort of like a watercolor. It doesn't perform quite the same, but it is similar. And it came with a water brush, and I wanted to show you what you've seen before. This is one I've shown, and I've used it quite a bit. As you can see, I use it in my sketchbook. And this is the Graphitint pan set from Derwent, and basically it's water-soluble graphite and ink. And I love this for sketchbook work, especially landscapes and things, which I've been trying to work on more and more, because it has a more muted quality to it. Let's see if you can just ignore what's down here. This is the Graphitints up here, and it's got a very nice muted quality to it, which makes it wonderful for landscapes. But I'm finding myself once in a while wanting a little bit more vibrancy, so I thought this might do the trick, and I thought we'd swatch this out to see what we think. I have run out of room in my color diary, so I have a stamp that stamps out little swatches. So I did this, and I already wrote the names, and I thought we would quickly swatch this out and see what we think. And there we have it. I really like these. I think this will be great to have for my sketchbook. And with spring next, it's not necessarily soon, but with spring coming next, I usually do a lot of sketching out the flower gardens and things like that. So this will come in very handy for that. I am taken by, however, the two non-bright colors, the racing green and the dark plum. I love both of those. I wasn't expecting this one at all. So that was a good purchase. I'm glad I got that. It was something that I decided to do because I did get the Gravitint set, and they do offer a line and wash set that has some things from some offerings from their Gravitint, some offerings from here, and a couple of pastels. And I decided to just go with the Inktense instead of getting the line and wash on top of the Gravitint, since I already have the Gravitint pans and pencils. I figured this would be a good addition because I don't feel the need to have pastels. I can just use more water, so that didn't seem to make sense to me to get the pastels. Well, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.